To cook a whole ham, I like to score the top of the ham to allow the glaze to get into the ham and also to help it cook a little bit more evenly. So I run my knife across the ham and then I will take my knife and run in the opposite direction. And I'm just letting the blade of the knife do the work. I'm not really cutting deeply into this ham. I'm just using the sharp knife and allowing those marks to be made. Once I have my ham cut, I'm going to put it into my pan that I'm going to roast my ham in. I'm going to start at 300 degrees, and while this is starting to roast, I'm going to make the glaze. For the glaze, you'll need 2 ounces of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 ounces of brown sugar, and a tablespoon of brown mustard. So to begin, we're going to put our butter into a pan. We're going to bring that up and melt it, and then to the butter, we're going to add our brown sugar. Once our brown sugar is in the pan, we're going to whisk it to help the brown sugar dissolve. And then we're going to put the brown sugar and the butter back on the stove. Once that gets bubbly, we're going to add our maple syrup to the brown sugar butter mixture. We're going to put that back on the stove and bring that to a boil. And make sure you whisk it. Once that's at a boil, add your mustard. Once your mustard's in, whisk that in. And we'll bring that back to a boil. Once that's at a boil, it's time to add it to our ham. Now our ham is cooking at 300 degrees, which is good because our ham is done when it reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees, or it's hot, it's already cooked. So with our glaze, we're going to spread that onto the top of the ham. I like to use a spatula or a brush if I have one. So with the ham, about halfway through cooking, maybe about an hour or so, I like to baste the liquids that come out onto the ham. I might add more glaze if I have it as well. When the ham is almost done, about 10 or 15 minutes away, I like to crank the oven up to 425 degrees. What this will do, it will caramelize the outside of the ham, and it will make that nice glazed ham that you see here. Once that's done, and it's hot inside, 145 if you have a thermometer. If you don't have a thermometer, you can kind of poke it with a fork, and you'll be able to see how hot it is by how hot the tines of the fork are. And once you have it hot, you can slice it and enjoy your ham.